to the microphone. So if you can just focus your attention on this telephone call, I'm going to call one of my peeps. Activate speakerphone. Rick Mercer, what's up? The vote mob, it's the turnout is incredible. So enough with these cheesy phone calls that we just orchestrated. So come on out here, Rick.
Today than in London, Ontario for a vote mob. Who's voting on May 2nd? You hear what that sound is, my friends? That is the sound of a lot of political organizers in Ottawa shitting their pants. That is the sound. I tell you, a couple of months ago I was in Ottawa and I bumped into this guy that I've known. He's a young guy, or by my standards, he's about 28 years old. He's worked in politics his entire life. He's always been a good party worker. I won't say what party. He does good work for them and he works hard, and I bumped into him, and of course all the parties, this is a few months ago, they were all planning for this election. They all said they didn't want an election, but they all wanted an election, and they were all planning for the election. And he was all, dressed up, and he was looking good, and he said he was going in for the big job interview. And I said, what's the job interview? And he said, it's at party headquarters. I said, oh, good for you, big job at party headquarters. He said, for the election. And this was his time, because he put in so much time and effort and work for the party. He was going for a big job in the war room. He was very excited. And I bumped into him about a month after that, and I said, how did the job interview go? He said, it was awful. I said, why was it awful? He said, you know what they offered me? I said, what? He said, youth outreach. And I said, youth outreach, that sounds like a big job. What's the job? And he said, well, youth outreach, that means I would be in charge of encouraging young people to vote in every province and territory. We would be coordinating for the campaign. That would be my job. I said, geez, that sounds like a really big job. He said, no, that's the worst job you can have on any political campaign. He said, you get that job, you're lucky if they give you a cell phone. He said, you're the last guy to hear anything. He said, if you get that job, you know what you do? You sit in an office in Ottawa, and if any of the mainstream media call up the political campaign and say, what are you doing to get young people to vote? They would put the call through to me, and I'd have to make something up. That's the way political campaigns have run in this country for a very long time, but this time around, something interesting happened after the writ dropped. Something very interesting happened at the University of Guelph. It sure did. And this is a tough time for students to be involved in an election. I mean, we all know that. You're in exams, you're looking for summer jobs, you're moving back home. I mean, it's a tough time. So, of course, the parties expect this time, out of any election, the university students are going to stay home. And at Guelph, a couple of students decided that they were going to vote. Surprise, we're voting, they said. And then they convinced another group of students, and they decided to have a vote mob. Wow, a vote mob. They're just all going to get together and say, hey, we're voting, it's a vote mob. We're going to go crazy, we're going to put it on YouTube. And then they challenged other students and other young people across the country to have vote mobs. And within 4 days, there was 5 more vote mobs across the country. And you know yourself, I mean, 5 days is a lifetime in the world of the internet. Vote mobs are popping up all over the country. The politicians, the campaigns, they didn't know what hit them. John Baird, poor old John Baird went on television. He was asked about the vote mobs. He didn't know what they were talking about. He said, it sounds very disconcerting. Look around, do you see anything disconcerting? No. You know, and I tell you, it's not even John's fault because he's a career politician, and all parties have career politicians. And career politicians are terrified about the idea of young people voting. And you know why? Because they don't know what you're going to, or who you're going to vote for. This drives them crazy because, of course, every day we see in the media poll after poll after poll, it's always reported. But the parties, they spend as much or more money than the media spends on polling. They're constantly polling. And the polling outfits, you know what they do? They do what they did in 1960. They call people whose first and last name are in the phone book and they have a landline. What's a landline, this guy just said? How many people here, is this your first election? How many people here have landlines with your home phone number and address published in the phone book? How many people use a cell phone? Nobody knows. That's a terrifying prospect for the powers that be. And I tell you, I just got a phone call. I was talking to my friend Shirley Douglas. Now, Shirley Douglas is a lady in her 70s. She's one of the smartest women I know. She's the daughter of the late, great Tommy Douglas. So, you can imagine, Shirley's been following politics in this country for probably 7 decades, and she's as sharp as a tack, and she said to me, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm going to the vote mob." She was like, "Oh my God, Rick." She's got the big voice, you know. She said, "Thank them from me. We've been waiting for this for 70 years in this country." So congratulations, you not only scared a bunch of politicians, you made one old lady very happy today. But you know what? I think that as we head into this election, we have to reflect just briefly. You know, some of you, this is your first elections, but elections have been going on for a long time in this country, and they're going to continue to carry on for a very long time. And we have to reflect about what doesn't happen in Canadian elections. Because we all know what happens. Canadians show up and they vote peacefully, governments fall, governments rise, governments stay the same, that will always happen. But what doesn't happen in this country is shots aren't fired, people aren't killed, people aren't intimidated, there's not corruption. That is something that young people all across this world are dying for the right to do. And you, my friends, you are going to frighten a lot of people on election day, so thank you for that. Because we know, okay, we're preaching to the choir here. We know you're all going to vote, okay? But what you've got to do, because voting, believe me, is a habit. You get them young, they will do it for the rest of their lives. It is a habit. So what you young people have to do, you have to find someone who's either intimidated by the voting process, because for some reason some people are, and that's okay. And you have to take them by the hand. You have to take them by the hand and bring them to the polling station and watch them as they go in and exercise their democratic right to vote. And you have to do that, my friends. And if you find someone that you love and you take them by the hand and you make them vote, you will be doing a great thing for democracy, and who knows, you might even get lucky. So I want to thank you all for showing up, but listen, this is going to spread further than this because we've got a crackerjack team of videographers rolling around in this day, and they're gonna leave here and they're gonna take that videotape to an edit suite and a computer like someone was transporting an organ, and they're gonna edit that video and it's gonna be on YouTube Toot Sweet, okay? Video. So let's just hear from our maestro over there. Let's just hear some of the music that this is going to be. Okay, so our cameras are rolling, people. Everyone's hands up in the wave right across here, okay? All right? 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're gonna do that again. 3, 2, 1. Okay, all right. Now this time is everyone able-bodied because we don't want to hurt anyone here, okay? Safety is our primary concern, okay? When I say 3, 2, 1, vote, you're all gonna yell vote, and then everyone is going to assume the prone position, okay? Or just duck down, okay? All right? Ready? Look around, make sure it's safe. 3, 2, 1. Okay, you're all down. Stay down, stay down, stay down. Okay, everyone stay down, okay? 3, 2, 1, everyone's gonna jump up and yell, surprise, we're voting, okay? Let's just practice the surprise, we're voting part.
Surprise, we're voting.
Okay. So you jump up, surprise, we're voting. 3, 2, 1.
Surprise, we're voting.
That was a very beautiful song, okay? Can we have that? Okay, alrighty, okay. Now, what we need is we need every hat waving in the air and every flag and every sign, okay? Pick it up, that's it. Awesome. Okay? And now our cameras are going to roam through the crowd, okay? We're going to have a little dance party for about a minute and a half, okay? So if you see a video camera come near you or you see a cell phone come near you, you look your sexiest best, okay? All righty. So we're going to play some music.